But on that note, I wish Ha Sung Jin panned out, man. I wish Ruben Boomche panned out.
Who was one of the Blazers prospects you wished panned out but didn't?
To be fair, he also said get rid of the big picks, so no Greg Oden allowed in this conversation.
Yeah. We again, shout out to all the Discord family. We had a huge conversation going back and forth on this. It interrupted Chris's pre-pod nap because he had to jump in here and talk with all the friends.
I know.
But yeah, I think people immediately jump to Oden or like B-Roy, something like that. But we're talking not the big picks. What Blazer prospect, role player-ish kind of player do you wish panned out that did not?
Well, I mean, there's obviously a couple of them. I threw a name in there like Cliff Alexander. That guy had so much praise coming out of high school, going to Kansas, had some issues that hampered his draft stock and such. Portland took a risk on him, got him for dirt cheap, and he only played that 1 year in the league and had all the skill in the world. If he would have panned out, that could have been something else. Absolutely. Tim also threw one out there that I think a lot of people forgot about, as weird as that is, but Elliot Williams,
yeah, dude.
Elliot Williams is another one. Like, that guy, he had so much bounce, so much potential, but once those legs gave out, because he had knee injuries, once those gave out, his career gave out. Now I'm gonna throw another one out there that I love. I love him as a player. He just never hit any of the lofty expectations that were put on him, being a kid coming straight out of high school. But a player that I think really could have changed a lot for the franchise and a lot for obviously his career had he become the player people saw in him is Martell Webster. If Martell Webster would have become the true, like, dual threat 3-and-D, either forward or guard, kind of depending on where you play him, couple that with his pure shot and his athleticism. I mean, he still had a good career. I mean, played 10 years in the league, but his best year, as I look over to Basketball Reference real quick, his best year was with Washington, where he averaged 11.4 points per game, and that's pretty low. It's career rotation guy when the expectation was this guy could legit be, a star one day. So if he would have hit those expectations and got, those 20 points per game and play, he could have been really, really good. And personally, he had one of my favorite jump shots of all time. Just a pure perfect shooting motion.
He's one of these guys too that, like back before Blazers kind of got into that route of taking guard after guard after guard. If he had panned out, he was one of those players that really just would have filled gaps for the team. I feel like gaps that we have not been able to fill for generations of Blazer players. Someone that nobody mentioned, I didn't see anybody mention is what I was trying to say. Caleb Swanigan. I get that he didn't have the biggest ceiling in the world, man.
Nah,
I wanted him to pan out.
That doesn't even come close because Caleb.
Close. We're talking about players you wish panned out. Okay. I'm saying I wish this dude panned out.
But panned out also means like there's some expectations on this guy. Like I said, that's why I said Cliff Alexander, because prior to him being signed, his expectations were through the roof as a prospect. Right. And then when Portland signed him, like, if he can get right, he can hit those expectations. Caleb Swanigan was, from the minute he was drafted, he was a head scratcher of a pick even within the moment. But to be fair, what you're saying is a guy you would like to have seen be better, and I will give you that. But he had a good story.
He had a good story. He was a person that seemed maybe a little more relatable because of how open some of his struggles had been.
But on that note, I wish Ha Sung Jin panned out, man. I wish Ruben Boomche panned out.
Don't Ruben Boomche. I got a little doll of Boomche around somewhere. I'll have to get that for the studio so we can get going. Honorable mention, some of the people that brought up in the Discord. T-Rob, Thomas Robinson, someone he was a role player. He would have been fun. What are you laughing at? Come on, these are players that people wanted to see some good stuff from. It would have been players that would have fit what Portland needed. Someone more athletic, some defensive.
Thomas Robinson was dope. Thomas Robinson had all the athleticism in the world. Thomas Robinson had a very, very poor basketball IQ.
Yeah, well,
That's the main
part of
reason.
panning out.
It's the main reason he fizzled out of the NBA was his basketball IQ. But
Okay.
Tell me,
Are
watching
you
him
gonna
play
hate
was
on-
not fun though. Oh my gosh, watching him play was fun.
Right. Yeah, dude. It's the athleticism, the dunks. He played some defense. He even he'd play up a bit on, I don't know. I can hear what you're saying about Swanigan, where he didn't even just have that high of a ceiling. I think it's still fair to root for more. But T-Rob, yeah, like I think we had legitimately higher expectations than what he was able to give on the court. Probably, yeah, because you're saying he just was not the headiest player.
Everyone did. He was a high draft pick, man, for a reason.
I think the one that got mentioned most on this, Sebastian Telfair, talked about a lot in the Discord chat as far as just someone that, yeah, if he had panned out, the dreams, the hopes we had, what we saw as far as the sample size at the time, really led you to think that he could have been someone legit for the Blazers.
Absolutely. I mean, I got nothing to add. It's true.
Yeah, just that's definitely probably I'd say the what's the word I'm looking for? When the biggest agreement. Who did? Why am I not able to? No, help me. Vocabulary here. Come on, we're all playing Wordle these days. We're working on our vocabulary.
I suck at that game.
Okay. I'm not. No, I got to think of what the word was. I'm trying to think of the biggest. Fucking. Okay, forget it.
Yep, move on.
The majority vote though. Sebastian Telfair seemed to be the one that everyone really thought had the highest hopes and
Consensus.
did not. Consensus. Thank you. That's the word.
Well, I need more to go on than what's the word I'm thinking of. I don't know. I don't live in your head.
Yes, you do. Okay.